Now we are looking at annuity applications and problem solving. Now, boys and girls, when we are dealing with annuity, we actually talk of some terms that are very important. The scrap value. The scrap value is the depreciated value of an item once it has reached the end of its useful time. We also talk of sinking funds. Sinking funds is the amount set aside as an annuity to replace an item. So I want to remind you of the following formulae that we have met. The formula that connects the interest rate, which we call effective, and the nominal rate. This formula must always be in your mind when dealing with annuities. And also remember the formula that we have just used to change from quarterly interest to monthly interest. We use this formula. And the future value, don't forget, is always like this, which also tells us we should also remember the present value. But important, I want to take you to reducing balance formula. This is the amount that an item will be worth after n years. So this is very, very important formula when dealing with annuities. And also, any amount grows compoundedly. Remember, we're using A here, but we are saying this is a future cost of an item, considering all the changes to the price that has happened. That is inflational effects. If you buy a car today with 280,000, the same car but being new, not the one that was bought and being used, that one depreciates. The one that is from the factory, from the manufacturers, it will be a little bit higher than the price you paid, say, 3 years ago. So this is the formula that we should always use. So today's example reads, a company purchases a photocopying machine for 270,000. The company expects to replace the machine in 5 years' time. So the photocopying machine, after being used for 5 years, it needs to be replaced. They anticipate the cost of the machine to escalate at 16% per annum compound interest. Yes, because the machines are also being manufactured as time is moving, it means the cost will definitely change. So after 5 years' time, they expect the machine to have increased in cost by 16% compound interest. They expect their present machine to have a scrap value, which we defined as the value is the depreciated, the scrap value is the depreciated value of an item once it has reached the end of its useful life. So they are expecting their photocopying machine to be sold for 100,000 after 5 years' time. When they sell it, the company sets up a sinking fund, which we also defined above as funds that is set aside as an annuity to replace an item, to save for a new photocopying machine. They will use the amount they obtain from the scrap value of the old machine. They obtain from the scrap value of the old machine and the money in the sinking fund after 5 years to purchase a new machine. The company will pay a fixed monthly amount into the sinking fund starting in 1 month's time. 3-point check, 1 month's time, no change in the formula, and we will make the final payment at the end of the 5-year period. The interest earned on the sinking fund is 10% per annum, compounded monthly. Determine part A, the cost of the new machine in 5 years' time. The cost, it means it is increased. So the future value of the machine will be given by P, which is our 270,000 into 1 plus the escalating rate was 16%, so it's 0.16 to the power 5. When you use your calculator, you end up with 567,092.25 is the amount that one has to pay for the same photocopying machine. Part B, the rate of depreciation of the old machine on the reducing balance method. Reducing balance formula, it will be sold for how much? 100,000. And then the P is the 270,000 into 1 minus I, all this to the power 5. You do your algebra, your I will be 18.02% per annum. Then see the amount required in the sinking fund in 5 years' time. How much is required? It will be the cost of the new machine minus the scrap value, which is 100,000. So we need 467,092.25 to be able to acquire or to buy the new machine as the amount that the sinking fund will give us. It can only be this amount or more for us to be able to replace our photocopying machine. The value of the fixed monthly payments the company must pay into the sinking fund. Remember, sinking fund is future value formula because we want the money in the future. So it will be the future value formula. We have the amount that we need equal to X, and then the rate was 10%, so it's over 12 because we are doing it per month to the power of 60, because in 5 years there are 60 months. Then we substitute all the values, we end up with X is equal to 6031.89. Then today you also doing the following classwork, exercise 3 number 1, and then your homework will be exercise 3 number 2. And the next time we meet, we are going to look at future value annuities that ends early. Thank you very much.